the oil product, right? Those are also oil tanker, but they are because due to they are carrying different type of cargo on board, right? So their tank cleaning will be a bit more sophisticated lah, and the purpose also different. Okay, let's go for this crude oil tanker tank cleaning operation. Okay, to define tank cleaning is a process of removing hydrocarbon vapor, liquid or residue from cargo tank on board a tanker. That means it's our crude oil, crude oil residue, liquid. Okay, so and then for a vessel to carry out tank cleaning, there must be a reason. Without any reason, they are not going to waste their time and money and the risk to do the tank cleaning. Okay. First is to carry clean ballast. Why? As we know, crude oil tanker have a very depth draft. So after they are discharged all their cargo, right, their vessel become very light. So if it become very light, so then if they want to proceed to the other port, which is quite far away, their propeller will be outside, will be not fully inside the water. Then this will result in inefficient propulsion for the ships to proceed to the location, and the ship also stability will be jeopardized. So for ship safety and then economical sailing, so they need to clean off the tank, clean off the tank, and then to carry clean ballast. And then
is it ballast water tank or which one?
Okay. To carry clean ballast, this may apply to the previous single hull crude oil tanker, but after the incident of the Exxon Valdez, all crude oil tanker and product carrier have to be double hull. So when the vessel are double hull, right? When the hull is double, then they have a allocate designated ballast tank, so not require. This one is for the for the old method, old ships, which they don't have double hull, then the ballast is not enough. Then for the second reason is to gas-free tank for internal inspection, repair, and before entering the dry dock. Yep. In case vessel ship hull have some damages, need to repair, or their cargo, they have a cargo pump broken and etc. problem, right? Then the tank have to be gas free and do cleaning before further job to be commenced. Of course, every 5 years, if the ship want to go for dry docking, yes, not only the cargo tank, all the tank are to be cleaned to prepare for inspection, for the task surveyor to be on board inspection. Okay, then the third one will be to remove sediment from tank top plating. Tank top mean apa? Tank top mean the inside a cargo tank, on the bottom, the tank top actually is a double bottom tank punya tank top tau. Tank top plating mean the bottom of the tank. Okay, to remove sediment, that means remove the remaining unpumpable cargo. This may be required if the vessel is engaged in repetitive carriage of fuel oil or similar sediment settling cargo. Although washing may not be necessary for between consecutive voyages, assuming the cargo are compatible. Okay, so this one is required to, as per their guideline, the ship owner. Okay, that
Mr. Chai, to remove sediment from tank top plating, what I has asked you just now pertaining to those who my village previously they went for what call it tank cleaning dekat Singapore. Is it this kind of reason why they go for tank cleaning? Because this as I heard during my childhood, this is very dangerous punya part. Yang apa tu yang saya tanya tadi tu. Is it this kind of reason why we need to clean the tank?
This one, I don't think so lah. Because to this kind of activity happen during the voyage now. That mean they take this
Okay,
opportunity.
okay.
Let's say after after my vessel normally lah, like after you loading like mostly Arab country or Malaysia, those oil producing country, and then you go for discharging, right? Discharging maybe you discharge in Japan, all this, all this country we purchase crude oil. After they discharge the cargo, when the voyage coming back, during that voyage, they are doing this kind of this one of cleaning, okay, sediment removal. So this will happen. I mean, this kind of job is done by the ship deck crew. So it's not the one for the show people. Show people one, I think is like ship want to go for dry docking right before they enter the dry dock, then they will
Okay.
that one they need, because that one normally they're not only limited to the cargo tank they will have to do the ballast tank and then the rest of the tank have to do
Okay, means
a
this
lot of
one
tank.
CP on board people on board seafarer they will handle this. Either okay, normally rating will handle this.
Yeah,
Am I right?
normally lead by
Okay.
bosun. Bosun will lead them by instruction. Then chief officer will be monitor, and sometimes they will have a cargo superintendent on board, tank cleaning cargo superintendent.
So how about the residue? Is it they going to throw into the sea, or what happened to the residue?
Oh, like this, the residue will be like squeezing, or removing this residue. They are using the small pump, like okay, in a cargo tank you have a main cargo pump. After that, after the big cargo pump you're using, and then those remain, they will use next pump is they call what I think there's the secondary, not a cargo pump lah. They will call it like some small pump, which is fixed one, to remove with a smaller capacity to remove the remaining cargo. After that, the last resort is they lower the Wilden pump. Wilden pump, which means is a small portable pump, right? To remove the very thin kind of cargo. And of course, under all of the tank, they will have a well, a small well. So if the ship trimming is trimmed by properly, so all the remain cargo, maybe a couple hundred liters or right will be inside the well. Then they will use that Wilden pump to remove it. All the cargo will go, all this sediment cargo will go to a tank they call a slop tank, which is a quite small tank. They will accumulate there. And then let's say if the what the sediment is not the cargo, right? It's like water, seawater, or some polluted, some others, let's say from leaking, right, contamination item. They also will remove the other slop tank, and then they will have to pump out through the call it what ODME, oil discharge monitoring equipment, which is fitted on board the oil tanker to the sea lah. It's a bit like our engine room also have a oily water separator. That one is a small scale one. It's a smaller one, and they have to comply with the ppm of 15 ppm 15 parts per million. Below. Yeah. Then the 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5. To load a different and not compatible grade of cargo, washing in between cargo different grade of cargo is the common reason for tank cleaning. Right. Okay, this happen especially when you load a cargo which is from the tank cleaning will be tough when you are carrying the next cargo will be they call a more clean cargo. if currently, let's say like a vessel or a chemical tanker, for example, right? You are carrying a methanol. If the next cargo will be like palm oil or others, naphtha and the rest, then the tank cleaning is not required to do so thorough. Just clear off all the sediment, then you no need to do much washing because the methanol is very clean cargo. So you just load the next cargo. But if the sequence is different, then you have a lot. You have a lot of job to do it thoroughly. In most cargo sequence on product tanker, the cleaning may consist of no more than a simple hot or cold seawater wash. Seawater. But vessel, they are using steam, you know. They are using freshwater steam to wash the tank for tank cleaning. Okay, can move to the next slide, Doctor.
Is it this one? Dia what happened in which area? Is it in the dry dock or still in the apa tu? Masih lagi dekat laut?
At sea lah. When let's say after you do the fully discharge for the next cargo, right? You will have quite ample of time lah. Like previously when we sell from pork plant, we discharge a naphtha. Naphtha is a petroleum product, right? We sell to Al Zubai, which is in this Saudi Arabia. Our voyage I think around 18 days, but our tank cleaning operation took us 13 days for the tank cleaning operation. And luckily one time tank cleaning, and then we pass the tank to load the methanol. So this kind of tank cleaning only can perform by vessel ship personnel. And all the tank cleaning we are using, they have a tank cleaning machine which they will fix it, you know, on the top of the tank there, and then you will lower it down, then the thing will rotate and spray out the steam to do the cleaning, to remove all the residue on the tank hull. Okay, so okay, Doctor, can move next one, next slide. Okay, as you can see, right, this is a cargo oil tank with okay, just you see, this is a cargo oil tank. At the bottom there, you can see there are two suction, right? Just now I telling, the one with the bigger pump one, the bigger suction one is the main suction, which is the cargo line. And then there is a smaller one, right? A stripping suction valve mouth. This is the one to, you know, when the cargo is going low already, will be the one to do the stripping. And then okay, all from the cargo pump, you can see the discharge line, right? The discharge line will go to the deck discharge line from the bottom, and the tank discharge line. Okay. You see, the green color one, right, is a pump room. So this kind of arrangement is this kind of arrangement will be the you know, the cargo pump will be in the dedicated pump room. Then they have the suction will, the main suction, all the main suction will lead to the bottom of the tank All the tank require, let's say you have 10 tank, you have 10 suction. So they will suck and then discharge to the deck discharge line, and then directly to the manifold on the top there. Manifold of the vessel or oil tanker will have port or start. The manifold there, they will, like, you know, will split to have a port, starboard, and then forward, maybe aft. So to, you know, to make it convenient for the vessel, either the vessel maybe in some circumstances, vessel have to alongside, maybe on the port side or on the starboard side, right? So your manifold must be have both way for discharging. And then on the top here, you also can see the orange color, you know, orange color arrow, which is IG introduced to maintain safe atmosphere. Yeah, this IG, when we are loading the cargo, we will introduce the IG, to IG, which is a carbon CO2 and CO, to make sure to expel the oxygen from the tank. So the cargo, the flammable cargo, will become safe lah, not easy to ignite. Then the tank also equipped with a pressure vacuum valve in case there is excessive pressure inside the tank. Let's say like hot weather, right, during the voyage, so the pressure inside can be removed. So IG gas is produced by a IG plant. The IG plant will burn diesel oil to create CO2 and carbon monoxide gas. But that gas is quite dirty, right? They will go through a scrubber system, which they will clean off make the gas more clean before induced to the tank to avoid contamination on the tank. Okay, doctor. So can move to the next slide. Okay, now we talk about responsibility. The chief officer will be the guy in charge for the tank cleaning operation. But if maybe the supervisor, of course, he will get instruction from the captain as well. Captain will involve, but mostly everyone will report to chief officer. And then, okay. And then under the chief officer, normally they will have they call pump men on a tanker, two pump men to assist him. This pump man job is like is maintaining all the deck manifold, connect the manifold, disconnect and do the repair. All will be doing by the pump man. Only tanker carry pump man. And then boatswain, AB, able body seaman, ordinary seaman, cadets, and also rating will assist chief officer to carry out the tank cleaning operation, which is not limited to on the deck operation. They will do the tank cleaning. The most hard part is to to pull the hose. The tank cleaning, you need to connect the hose, the big hose. You need a couple of guys to to relocate it, and sometimes you need the deck crane to relocate the hose to connect here and there to do the tank cleaning. And then, okay, gas freeing and re-igniting operation. For this operation, chief officer will cooperate with chief engineer and second engineer to run the IG plant, to put the IG gas inside the tank. Also, okay, chief officer shall ensure that all activity carried out during such operation comply with latest edition of ICS and OCIMF International Safety Guide of Oil Tanker and Terminal is got, of course. End of the day, still safety first. Okay. Then next we talk about gas freeing for cargo tank entry. Gas freeing for cargo tank entry means cargo tank entry shall not permitted unless the oxygen content is 21% and the hydrocarbon vapor content is less than 1% of lower flammable level. Why? Oxygen level content is 21% minimum. This is to ensure that the people can go inside to perform the job for the cargo tank. If nobody go inside there, yeah, never mind. Forget about this 21%. And then the hydrocarbon vapor content is less than 1% of LFL, which means they will control the They will clean it or make sure the hydrocarbon content is less than 1% of LFL to avoid any job doing inside, right? Like cutting, welding, or others activity. No explosion will happen. So our company will have the procedure for entry into enclosed space, or we call confined space permit. Yeah. Okay. If the previous cargo contain H2S or other toxic contaminant, like chemical tanker lah, like previously I mentioned one, right? Okay. The tank should be checked for this kind of gas. This kind of gas, H2S is the checking is different. You know? They have a special meter. It's not like the L, it's not same with the flammable meter for checking the LFL. They are using the H2S meter because H2S can suffocate and people going inside, and then result that carrying out hot work inside the tank with dangerous area also need special procedure for hot work and carry out preparation accordingly. Okay, next one will be gas freeing or purging for reception of cargo. If the intention of gas freeing or purging operation is to prevent the next cargo from being loaded from contamination due to previous cargo oil hydrocarbon gas, use the gas content indicated by the charter as standard, but go on with the operation mentioned in 2 of Article 1 until the LFL decrease down to 40% or under. So how to do it? By induce IG gas from the IG plant. So the LFL will decrease down to 40%, which is too lean for the cargo to be automatically ignite. Okay, doctor, can move to next slide. Safety precaution. Yeah. All the safety precaution is described in this one, relevant section of ISGOT. So just before any job, right, we will have a safety meeting and then followed by job hazard analysis checklist and then safety checklist, which consists of tank cleaning, purging, and gas-free checklist to strictly confirm the safety. All the safety meter, like H2S meter, the gas meter, all have to be calibrated from time to time to make sure the device don't give error. Non-flammable atmosphere. On tanker using the inert gas system, I think all tanker, most of the tanker will come up with this, except the small tanker will have a inert gas system, and then not all cargo they will induce inert gas. It depends case by case. For the inert gas system, by using the inert gas system is used to maintain the cargo tank in non-flammable condition at all time. This is to refer to flammability composition diagram, hydrocarbon gas inert air gas mixture from the ISGOT. Okay, doctor, can move on next one. Now we talk about tanker explosion. Yes, tanker explosion. So for us, we always think, right? for a tank which which previously they have carried this flammable cargo, right? Okay, why can explode? We always will think is fire, either some fire or heat, someone doing hot work, or something create spark. But bear in mind, electrostatic also can create spark followed by explosion. So what happened? Here is in. They are telling that when a sounding rod is lowered into a tank filled with charged mist, sounding rod, which mean like sounding tap lah. Sounding tap, you want to measure how much is the cargo, how much is cargo remain, right? Then, and the tank is filled with the fully charged oil mist and highly flammable. A high static charge can feed into the operator via the wet suspension rope if the deck pan or his footwear insulate the operator. Such a charge accumulation is sufficient to cause intensive spark when the operator, the sounding rod or rope come into contact with ship structure, which means when we are working on the deck, right? Okay, let's say now someone you have to one cadets or AB, you have to do the sounding, right? So especially on cold and dry weather on the deck, so our body will create this static electricity, and then again, of course, when we walk on board on the deck, we will wear safety shoe or some walking boots which is insulated, so the static will accumulate on our body, then the moment you lower your sounding tap, which is made from normal sounding tap, which is made from metal, go into the tank, then you will create a spark, and this will result in explosion.
Mr. Chai,
Yep.
how sensitive that this kind of thing will happen during the process?
How sensitive? It's
Yeah.
depend is a couple of factor lah. Okay. The most important thing is the condition inside the tank. The condition inside the tank. That means if your body is grounded, ground, right? You always ground the static electricity. It's okay. But we are the one, if you're working, you accumulate all the static electricity. For example, you came across the tanker, the rod tanker. You can see there is one chain right at the back of the tanker, right? Which will ground the static electric to the tar rod. When the tanker is moving, so the body will be, when moving time, the body will generate static electricity when moving in high speed. So they will ground all the static electricity. So this one will be happen especially on cold country lah. In cold country, not even we want to do this sounding, even the door knob or those metal door, when we ourselves go and touch it, right, we will suddenly get an electric shock. This is what we call it a static electric, especially in this cold and dry condition. Like Malaysia, normally we won't encounter this problem, but on a cold country, yes. Okay, next one is called portable tank cleaning machine. Some big tank cleaning machine is fixed one, but some are portable, right? Portable tank cleaning machine are normally bonded to ship structure, but when in operation, the washing water provide a path for the electric static charge to dissipate. Then this machine, if they are not properly grounded, then this will become one of the hazard also. And then the last one will be when the bonding wire is defective, mean the grounding wire is defective. For example, like the manifold, ship manifold also have a grounding wire. They want to avoid spark generation. If the grounding wire is defective or disconnected, then explosion may happen. Okay, next, doctor.
Next.
Yeah. Okay. Next, in purging with. Okay. Now we talk about inert tank. Inert tank means inert tank means a tank is made to make which the atmosphere is not favorable for burning. So for this procedure, the oxygen content of the tank atmosphere should not exceed 8% by volume. That means this tank, human being cannot go inside because the oxygen is not more than 8%. Of course, we cannot totally make it 0%. This one you require a lot of this IG, right? So maintain 8% is enough to make the atmosphere too lean for auto ignition.
Then what should we, when we facing this kind of
Yep.
situation, to clean the tank? So
No,
normally
not the
what?
clean the tank. To protect the tank, protect, not clean. Inert tank is protect, right? Yeah, doctor, can proceed. What your question?
So okay, because we want, if you, as mentioned, because I overlooked pertaining to that. Okay, if you want to make sure that we ensure that we can protect the tank, so in what sense that because of what reason?
Okay. Because of what reason? Because inside a tank, you cannot totally, the tank is totally filled with fully oil, right? The tank normally on the top side, on the top will be have this we will still have our atmosphere. We still have our atmosphere gas, which is 21% or less, a bit less, of oxygen, nitrogen, 70+%, and the rest, right? Which is flammable lah for some of the cargo, like palm oil is okay. Palm oil not required. Like methanol or the other cargo that yes, this is flammable. Just they afraid suddenly they have any spark or anything lah. So they want to prevent this kind of thing happen. So you will keep on pumping this inert gas inside that portion of space lah. Which when the gas go inside, it will expel all the previously gas there. So to make sure that the inert gas inside there, the oxygen is which is used for burning, right, is less than 8%.
Okay.
The inert gas, the inside the inert gas, nitrogen still 70%, but oxygen will greatly reduce to less than 8%. That means CO2, which is about 3% in the atmosphere, right, will be going up, will replace the volume of the oxygen. Then next one is purging with inert gas. Okay, this is the other use of inert gas. After tank cleaning operation, right? But tank cleaning, not human being not going in. This one is using the machine. The cargo tank may be purged with inert gas to reduce the hydrocarbon gas concentrate inside the tank atmosphere. Mean after the tank cleaning, yeah, the residue, all this go already, but still, the hydrocarbon gas still in the atmosphere is concentration quite high. So you use inert gas to push inside. So all the hydrocarbon gas will go out from the van. This is used to replace the tank atmosphere lah. So the next one is after doing this, right? All the flammable gas is not there. Then followed by doing after the inerting the thing, then you do the proper ventilation before you can carry out inspection for the tank. Oxygen content in inert gas for purging. Still mentioned, inert gas must be less than, must keep the oxygen below 8%. 8% is the figure, must be below that. Okay, doctor, next one.
Means that okay, if incident will happen if any negligence for that particular work done to clean this process, and then if you are you are panggil apa tu, you are not really prepared or your security safety really low, then incident going to happen very severe.
Yep. For inert gas, yeah, correct. Inert gas, incident may happen either to human being or explosion. That means if doesn't mean that you don't put the inert gas or the inert gas system failed, explosion will happen. No, but the tendency for it to happen will be high lah. That means, right? You don't keep at this, you know, less than 8% of inert thing, right? Any other factor, no, which you sometimes you cannot prevent one happen, then they will result in this explosion. So this is for inert gas. But for human being safety, for tank entry, inert gas is not part of it. For tank entry, we will need proper ventilation. We are not, of course, you may be clear off the hydrocarbon gas residue using inert gas for a while only. After that, you will still need to ventilate it to a safe atmosphere pressure. It's a two different thing. But inert gas is for to maintain the cargo in the safe condition. Like what? Like our current vaccine, right? Which we require, to maintain like the Pfizer, you to maintain negative 70 degree, right? Something like that. They have to maintain the, with the refrigeration. If the refrigeration fail, then the vaccine spoil, yeah. But this one, the oil won't spoil, but the tendency for this, for explosion may happen, may going up lah.
Okay.
Go down. Okay. Next is for carrying out gas spraying of the tank. Okay. After cargo discharge, or tank cleaning, which is further we do after discharge and tank cleaning. Whenever it is necessary to gas spray an empty tank containing hydrocarbon gas mixture or a mix of IG or HC, it shall first be purged using inert gas. So they pump in the inert gas to remove all the unnecessary flammable gas to reach critical dilution line, which is 2% by the tank volume. So after this procedure, right, or they clear off all the hydrocarbon gas, baru they're doing the subsequently gas spraying using the blower to bring in our atmosphere gas. But if the tank still have this, hydrocarbon content there, even you bring in the atmosphere gas, that space still not safe. So for this oil tank cleaning, the gas meter is play a very important role. You really need to calibrate it properly, and then of course you don't keep only one on board. Then we have I think a couple of it . you know, to at least you can do comparison. Maybe one of the, you know, the meter is not accurate. Okay, doctor, next one. Distinct process, dilution and displacement. Dilution means what it takes place when incoming inert gas, the IG gas, mixed with the original tank atmosphere to form a homogeneous mixture through the tank. As this process continues, the concentration of the original gas will decrease progressively. Yeah. But of course, the inert gas which you pump inside there must have sufficient volume and velocity to penetrate to the bottom of the tank. If the inert gas is not strong enough, then maybe on the top there is you manage to dilute it, but at the bottom of the tank, the those hydrocarbon still there. So for a tank, actually for a oil tanker tank, the bottom parts, or we call it tank top, is the most dangerous parts lah. Because of the gravity, right? All the like the sediment and the gas, hydrocarbon gas also quite heavy. All will settle down at the bottom. And then number two is displacement. It depends on the fact that inert gas is slightly lighter than hydrocarbon gas. Yeah, it's slightly lighter. So while the inert gas enter at the top of the tank, the heavier hydrocarbon gas escape from the bottom through suitable piping. When using this method, it is essential that the inert gas has a superficial velocity to enable a stable horizontal interface to be developed between the incoming and escaping gas. However, in practice, some dilution inevitably occur due to the turbulence caused in the inert gas flow. Because on the tank tank at the bottom there, you cannot have like a exhaust pipe, something like that, So when you induce the inert gas from the top, right, the heavier hydrocarbon gas will from the bottom will just go away like that, Cannot. So this is the problem lah. So they have just put the inert gas, then the at the bottom, the gas at the hydrocarbon gas at the bottom there will start to have the turbulence and then mix up with the inert gas, and slightly they push it out. Displacement. Okay, doctor, next one.
So let's say when that kind of things purge, what is it going to be explosive or what? Because of the turbulence you mentioned just now, turbulence of the flow, and then mixed with inert and then purge.
No. When you put in that process, right, either the turbulence or whatever inert gas going in, the atmosphere is not the atmosphere inside, right? It's already kacau, already campur aduk already, right? It's not flammable. Original atmosphere is not necessarily flammable, but quite dangerous lah. But after you put those things, right, the thing kacau already inside there, that means it's less flammable. But you want to make sure it's 100%. 100% safe. So you keep on induce the inert gas lah. Keep on induce. So then to manage to push out the this hydrocarbon gas, because the tank is not designed like on the top you push, at the bottom there they have exhaust line, atas you masuk, right, the gas, then the bottom the gas, all the gas will free up. Not as simple as that, so they have to keep on displace, put inside the inert gas. So the inert gas, then the turbulence one, the mix up one, all will be slowly going up. So then you monitor using your meter to until the thing dilute or displace. If direct one, okay, let's say you have a you have exhaust fan or whatever thing and suck at the bottom, then inert gas from the top going in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then it's okay. But this kind of if our house okay, but it's a cargo tank, you cannot do that. So they take time lah, take time, and then your inert gas must be plant the inert gas plant must be in good working condition lah, and then the capacity lah. If the capacity too small, then you really take time lah to do this for the for the tank condition to reach the target.
Okay. Otherwise, it's becoming flammable. If not
No.
according to the standard.
Not according to the standard only, but still better than no. I mean,
Okay.
better than you don't put inert gas. But when inert gas go inside, that means you gradually reduce the flammable condition. But in order to comply with the regulation to make it 100% safe proof, flammable proof, so you must slowly reduce it to that, to the under the 8% or 2% by the volume lah.
Okay.
Okay, forced air ventilation. Okay, sekejap ah.
Hello, Mr. Chai.
Ya, kejap. Laptopnya bateri, cek kejap. Ya, okay. Forced air ventilation. Forced air ventilation means ventilation of the tank using blower, ventilation fan and blower. Before starting to gas free, the tank should be isolated for other tank, or else the vapor from other tank will still come. So you have to isolate the tank. Then do not commence forced air ventilation until it has been confirmed that the oxygen level is less than 8% and the hydrocarbon vapor content is less than 2% by volume. To ensure the dilution of toxic component of inert gas to below the threshold TLV, gas free should continue until tests with an oxygen analyzer show a steady oxygen reading of 21% by volume. This forced ventilation is a procedure to prepare the tank for entry. So make sure they keep on pumping this atmosphere air using blower. Then they check until the oxygen level is more than 21. And also they also check the presence of toxic gas if previously you are carrying toxic cargo. Because even inside is 21% of oxygen, we can breathe. But inside also have this toxic gas, That is a hazardous our health also the guy can collapse. So that means you're doing two jobs at one time lah. I mean checking oxygen and then checking for toxic gas.
Okay, Mr. Chai. One
Yeah.
question from our audience.
Hmm.
How we isolated the tank? Macam mana kita nak isolate tank?
How to isolate tank, right?
Yeah.
Tank isolation. Tank isolation. Okay. Tank isolation is done by okay. Vessel tank, you will have this you can have a common pipeline. Common one. That means to the cargo pump, the all the tank, right? You will have the suction. All the suction will link to the cargo pump. So, but all the suction there, you will have a remote control valve. So you have to isolate the tank by using the remote control valve. That means this tank which you want to clean, the valve has to close, and then the other tank you have to make sure the valve also closed. So you have double valve closing, then you isolate the tank from the others, or else the vapor or some residue may come from other tank because of the gravity. Oh, it's happen at the bottom, or the top of the tank. No, this is not necessary for this kind of isolation. On the top of the tank, there are no link, not link. The tank only link at the bottom. Is that answer the question? Answer the question. Hello,
I think
doctor?
so. Yeah, I think so. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because all tank is interconnected at the bottom between tank. Okay. Next is the completion of work at inner tank cargo tank. I mean, okay, when a man, the tank is fit for a man to enter, for dry docking or layout berth after they do all the repair job, right? Done already. So the cargo tank should be prepared for loading as follow. Maybe after the repair job done, of course, you have to make sure that all the debris or tools or equipment used don't leave in the tank. Later when you want to load a cargo, you have a problem already. So I mean, tidy out everything, clean it, and handing over the cargo tank back as before the job lah. Okay. Then for the next cargo loading, right? An officer shall confirm each tank free of waste and material used in maintenance and inspection. This. So the officer just make sure all these things to be done. And then related pipeline and support, including hydraulic operate valve, which is at the bottom, high pressure pipe and flanges are all in place and tightly secure. These are tightly secure mean by visually only, without loading and pumping the cargo inside, right? We don't know the thing will leak or not, only visually. Except they are doing this pressure test for the piping. Then okay, next one is all personnel out of the tank and close tank dome or access. Only keep designated vent port open. Inert the tank to 8% of oxygen level. And this one they only do if the cargo require. If the cargo really require the inert gas lah. If not require, can be this procedure can be bypassed. Then the last one, slowly they will inert the atmosphere using IG with less than 5% of volume oxygen content. This gas replacement should continue until average measure oxygen content in the tank drop to below 8% by volume. All this is prepared for the highly flammable cargo. If not highly flammable, not required. Okay, doctor, next one. Measure against inert gas system in trouble. Yeah. Let's say your inert gas plant have a problem, or the vessel is not it's not fit to run with the inert gas right? So the oxygen content inside definitely will go beyond 8%. So what is the precaution? I mean, what is the measurement they do against it? So when this kind of thing happen already, right? So during the tank cleaning, let's say happen during the tank cleaning, the tank cleaning have to be suspend immediately and do not restart until proper supply of IG is secure. That means if the plant already failed, you still continue with all this activity, which has a potential, to cause a spark of fire, right? It's very hazardous. So when IG gas is down or the IG gas not totally down, the IG is cannot cope up, mean the plant have problem already. So the IG, you can see the oxygen level is going up. It's not to the target we want. So those activities should be stopped immediately lah. Don't take the risk until the IG problem is properly rectified. And then here, if the recovery of IG system are complicated, notify the technical superintendent in charge of the for consultations, and then followed by the manufacturer lah. Normally we'll go to manufacturer. Not everyone are expert in the IG system. Okay, next, doctor.
Finish already.
Okay, correct. Let's conclude this tank cleaning for this crude oil tanker, and they do touch some of the product also lah. Next we'll go for this OSV, offshore supply vessel. See what is different.
Wait.
Okay.
Too excited, Mr. Chai, too excited to explain the offshore.
Yeah.
The one that you
because
you
offshore one
expert.
is the one really happen, which is we to
The one that you what you call it?
it's on
You expert. You expert on that. Hold on. Can you see?
Okay. Now, let's say we are involved in the offshore industry You don't be surprised the offshore tank cleaning why the tank cleaning is different from the main fleet. That means the oil crude oil tanker Right. Okay. Tank cleaning procedure on board OSV, we call it offshore support vessel. Offshore support vessel, yeah, the scope is very big. But when we talk about offshore support vessel, which carrying the cargo, not the dead cargo, no, not is like this a liquid cargo and then dry cargo. Normally we'll go through AHTS, anchor handler tug and supply, and platform supply vessel. Only these two kind of vessel are carrying this one the drilling mud and then dry bulk. And the vessel are designed with different type of cargo space or we call tank to accommodate different type of cargo for offshore drilling operation. That is the reason why they have supply. The word supply. Okay, doctor, next slide.
Okay, basically, what is the difference? Is it if you compare to commercial tanker and then OSV? Basically, based on your experience, what is the difference between it?
Commercial vessel, they don't carry this drilling mud, drilling fluid for for drilling, which is not big volume compare is a special chemical. They don't carry it. Only OSV carrying this small thing, and then need maintenance. We really need to maintain it because the thing is density, the viscosity is very high. Okay, now we always talk about offshore vessel, right? We talk about we focus it to the supply vessel, which is limited to anchor handling tug and supply and PSV. Okay. The type of tank on board. What kind of tank? First, we have the cargo tank. So cargo tank mean the tank used to cari makan one which mean when a charterer like Exxon, Shell, Petronas, right? They want to charter, want to sewa your ships. They will first ask what kind of cargo and how much you can carry on your ship. So they can, from there, they will know how many ships I require, right? And then how many trips I need to run to support. If the ship with a very less cargo capacity, right? You cannot support the operation. But if your cargo tank is too big, then it's a waste. You know why it's not fully utilized lah. Okay. So we talk about their cargo tank lah on board. You see, like an oil tanker, crude oil tanker, your cargo tank will be your cargo tank lah, which all you are using to load your crude oil. Okay. If like a product carrier or chemical tanker is slightly different. Chemical tanker, some chemical tanker they have their tank, they have but always a liquid tank lah. But they can carry different type of product and then segregate by different line. You know, they don't want to the line contamination. So for our OSV, normally we will have we will have 5 type of tank on board, 5 kind. Okay, first one is the drilling fluid tank, which we call it a liquid mud or brine tank. This is the biggest tank lah for the OSV lah. Okay, so the liquid mud will be either the oil base or synthetic oil base or else water based mud. Water based are used for drilling operation. Less the drilling operation at shallow water, which is around less than 70 meters. They're using the oil water-based mud. And then, of course, they do carrying the brine also. Brine is it's something like the seawater but it's a chemical water used to for the drilling and cleaning operation. And the last one is the base oil, or the other name by the name of sarapa. This base oil is you carry it, then you pump it to the drilling platform. They will keep it, and then they will mix with the different grade of the dry bark to come up with a drilling fluid. Because drilling fluid if in a large quantity, they will do it on the supply base and then load it onto the ship, which will go in our OBM tank. But during drilling operation, they will require different grade of drilling mud. Mean different type. Sometimes they are using different type of different type of call it material. And then of course the most different one is the viscosity. Different layer, different operation, different viscosity. So they have a designated mud engineer on board the drilling platform to bancho all these things for the small quantity The big quantity will premix from the shore. Yes, second one is a fuel oil cargo tank, which is diesel oil in this context. Why? Because drilling rig operate, they need when doing drilling, and then the electricity, they have a diesel generator, so they require diesel oil for operation. So our OSV is carrying their fuel oil to supply to the drilling rig for their operation. And then the third one is drill water tank. Drill water tank, previously they are using seawater, but lately because we depend on place, like our region, we are using fresh water because Malaysia fresh water is very cheap. So this water will be supplied to the drilling platform for their operation use. I'm not sure what are they using. Maybe they are using for their cleaning or own consumption. And then the third one will be a methanol tank. Methanol tank only is a chemical they use for drilling operation for the deep water, which is more than 1,000 meter onward. They need to inject this kind of chemical to prevent the well from clogging. Then the vessel equipped with a methanol tank will be a special vessel. Like mostly PSV, like special PSV, will have this kind of additional tank. Or else most of our OSV don't carry this kind of tank. And the last one will be dry bulk tank, which means inside there is the tank is carrying all this powder type of material like cement, which are used for casting and then casting and for cementing for this drilling operation. Barite and bentonite is the material they use to mix with base oil to create drilling fluid or drilling mud. And this dry bulk tank is normally is not square, will be like a silo. It's a round shape, and it's a pressurized system operating at 6 bar delivery pressure. But of course, the design safety pressure, the design pressure will be much more higher. But the compressor is around 6 bar or to 7 bar. And the system will be equipped with a dryer. Why? It's to prevent our especially our region, our atmosphere air contain humidity, humid, they mean water vapor, right? When you are running this pressurized system, deliver this dry bulk powder item in the system, you are not using a not go through a dryer, or your dryer is failed. This dry material can easily catch up with the humidity and then will slowly clog out your system, like your delivery piping and also the tank as well. Yeah, doctor, and audience, any question to ask about this cargo tank?
Any question? Any question from the floor, from the audience?
Yes.
Not yet. So far, not yet.
Material.
Is it all the offshore supply vessel? They carry this kind of things?
Okay.
You mentioned like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4.
Only number 3, methanol tank is not necessary. The rest is compulsory because it's offshore vessel. You cannot supply drilling mud. Then no drilling activity already, right? Drilling is essential, so you must carry. And then fuel oil cargo you must have, because even your own engine also you are using diesel, and then the rig also need to survive using this one. And then water, of course, and then dry bulk also for drilling. So all the AHTS, anchor handling tug and supply, they call supply, and the platform supply vessel must compulsory have this kind of thing. Either it is big or small, and then how they arrange it.
Okay.
Okay, so next one we will go for this non-cargo tank. Non-cargo tank for vessel on to support vessel operation now on one, which is normally come with small non-cargo tank, which is what? Fuel oil tank, our lubricating or different grade of hydraulic, like gear oil tank, all this tank. Or if we don't have sufficient tank, then maybe using the 200 liters drum or small drum to keep all this. Then we have a freshwater tank, of course. Your vessel going out maybe for weeks or months, you don't come back, you need a freshwater tank, to keep the fresh water for washing and drinking, right? And then for vessel also we have ballast water tank. Then this ballast water tank is quite subjective. Ballast water tank, we have a forepeak tank, aft tank, and then some other port and starboard ballast water tank. But some vessel like PSV, platform supply vessel, which is very big one, right? They have a dedicated very big ballast tank, for anti-rolling purposes. Ours one just for lower the ours is smaller ballast tank which scatter around the vessel, just used for to make the ship more, to adjust the gravity of the ship, and then to trim the ships but the effect is not much but our ballast tank we cannot use for anti-rolling purposes. If the big ballast tank, yes, they can use for the anti-rolling purposes. Then we have in the machinery space, we have dirty oil tank, slush tank, and sewage tank. Dirty oil tank mean all the oil change from the machinery, right? We used to have to keep here. Slush tank mean the slush tank mean what? The oil, the diesel oil, which you have to run through a purifier to purify to make the diesel oil more clean, no? And then all the residue, residue come out with a slush. All the slush will accumulate and then put desludging, and then put inside the dirty oil for for disposal of the shore. And the last one is the sewage tank. Sewage tank is something like what? Like our septic tank in our house one. It's for all the from our washroom lah. And the last one at the bottom one, it will be the coffer dam. Coffer dam is a space between tank. Between tank is a void space lah. If a vessel equipped with a methanol tank, then the vessel have to have a it will have a complete coffer dam to segregate the methanol tank from the rest of the tank. Okay, so next one, doctor. Okay, now let's start with standard operation procedure of OSV tank cleaning. Our standard procedure for tank cleaning is safety checklist. You come up with a checklist, right? Take all the thing require, and then all the safety require, and then last, apply the permit to work. Permit to work, definitely tank cleaning, confined space, have to comply. If there are hot water inside there, or what other thing, right? You have to apply also the hot water permit. And then again, the other one is what? If you're doing the tank cleaning or doing some repair inside the tank, you're working at height because the tank is not small for the cargo tank. It's quite high. So you need a working at height of permit, the safety permit. And then with all these things, we will have a meeting and toolbox meeting, chaired by the chief officer or the captain before commence the tank cleaning. Okay, now next we'll talk about cleaning of drilling fluid tank, mean the OBN tank, and dry bulk tank will be different than others conventional crude or product tanker tank, because this tank is carrying in special chemical. Extra precaution need to be taken. Okay, let's start with the drilling fluid tank, which we call the mud tank. Okay, the mud tank, we would say 90% of the cleaning will be done by the charter tank cleaning team. They are specially trained and have a special equipment, everything's there. But before that, the 10% preparation have to be done by vessel member before the ship coming inside the port. We have to do all those things before, and then hand it over to the tank cleaning team, or else for our next cargo loading we will have a problem. Okay, before charterer tank cleaning team boarded vessel to commence tank cleaning, our vessel member, which is the engineer and the officer, have to make sure that the agitator, that means some machine inside the tank is have to be keep running, and the circulation of the mud because it's high viscosity have to be maintained. If no, if those things is not operating properly, right, then when the vessel arrive the port, those mud will become very highly viscosity and sticky, and will choke up your suction line. Then you will have a problem already. So we'll have to maintain agitator and recirculating procedure to be maintained until the ship back to supply base. The moment we arrive supply base, all the residue have to pump out one shot back to the supply base until minimum unpumpable amount. Okay, this is our job. And then after everything is done, right, the tank charterer tank cleaning team will be specialists, will be on board the ship with tank cleaning equipment and a residue collecting tank. They call IBC tank lah, which is 1 cube or 2 cube per tank. Then okay, the moment they're on board, then before there are people going inside the tank, then they are going to do gas free using the ventilator will be start. So now we go to the detail of the tank cleaning. Okay. First, even the tank cleaning team is outsourced, but still safety checklists and meeting have to be done, have to be commenced between our ship crew and tank cleaning team, because when they are doing the tank cleaning, our ship crew will support them as necessary lah. What anything like running the pump or isolate the agitator, all those things, ship crew still in control to make sure the tank cleaning team is safe lah inside the tank. And okay, tank cleaning team will perform the tank cleaning procedure as per the type of cargo procedure. Mean it depends what cargo they are dealing with, then they will follow their procedure lah, very detailed, very specific. And our ship engine personnel is to coordinate with tank cleaning team to perform cargo line and recirculating line cleaning. This is very important because some vessel the ship crew the tank cleaning thing also overlook and then they don't do this kind of activity. So they just do a simple tank cleaning, do the tank cleaning only, but the cargo line and the recirculating line is not cleaning. So when the next cargo is during the next cargo, when they are loading the next cargo, especially the base oil, you will have a cargo spoil, cargo contamination. Then this happened, you know why? Because our locally built PSV or OSV, we don't have a dedicated line. We are using the share line. So we have to make sure this line to be clean. All right, next. Upon complete of tank cleaning by the tank cleaning team, that means they already cabut lah. All their thing, they're clean, they already tutup kedai already. So ship personnel have to do the following inspection before you load the cargo or before next cargo. So what we have to do? You have to of course keep on gas freeing, checking the atmosphere of oxygen. Next, you have to doing the inspection on the tank agitator equipment. Okay, any question about what is the agitator? Tank agitator equipment. This equipment is not in others crude tanker. Doctor, any idea about this agitator?
I don't have any idea on this.
Okay. Agitator is like like a propeller, something like a propeller inside a tank. If we have 4 tank or 6 tank, every tank have a dedicated agitator. This agitator is either electrical driven or electric hydraulic driven. Which what is the purpose? When you load the drilling mud, right? Drilling mud is the viscosity very high, and then the material inside the barite tend to settle down, inside the tank. We clog out the tank. You have a problem with that. So you will have an agitator. After loading, you have the agitator running 24/7. That means the ship is going out for 1 month or 3 months outside there is to support operation. The agitator have to run. If no, within a couple of hours, the sediment will going down, accumulate at the bottom of the tank. And then when that happen, you just want to run the agitator, it's too late already, because the sediment is down there already. The agitator will be blocked will be stuck by the cargo, the sediment of the cargo. So the agitator will trip. You cannot run already. Then you have a problem. The cargo cannot pump out, and then you need a tank cleaning. Come back to the port to ask the tank cleaning thing to remove those cargo. Of course someone have to kena sack lah nanti. Okay, this is the use of the agitator lah for carrying this kind of cargo. If we are carrying brine or base oil, no agitator required. No need to run. But if you're carrying oil-based mud or water-based mud, yes, agitator must run to reduce not to this one, to reduce the sentiment of the cargo. Some vessel they keep on running the agitator, but due to the cargo is viscosity too high, you know. Okay, especially water-based mud, the agitator, the ampere, the current they draw will keep on, you know, will keep on going up until some level the agitator will trip. After that, you want to start back also cannot.
Okay,
So,
Mr. Chai, one
yeah.
question from the audience. Why only tank agitator may have on the OSV, not on the commercial vessel?
Because commercial vessel don't carry this kind of chemical, the oil-based mud drilling fluid, which is very highly viscosity and then tendency to settle down. It's the you know, the thing will settle down, you know. So you need an agitator. Without agitator, you cannot carry this kind of cargo. Except like the old version one, you don't have agitator, right? You are using the pump, no? You are using the pump to keep on circulating the cargo. But the problem is, this you cannot 24 hours running the pump like that. You know, the pump is high speed. The pump will spoil.
So tank agitator means that going to run 24 hours.
Yeah, betul. Macam
okay.
Tank agitator you can.
What happened with the maintenance? If she running at 24 hours, means that your maintenance very high. Is it you going to have the the spare agitator?
Not really, because as compared to pump to do continuous circulation, agitator is the next better choice lah. Because agitator are hydraulic, you know, electric hydraulic or purely hydraulic protect equipment with a very slow speed. It's like if you do came across in the faculty canteen or not, if they ada tempat yang jual, the place where they sell the beverage, you can see there is something turning there, not the one the one turning there, keep on, you know, kacau agitator is something like that, you know.
Okay.
A very low speed, but it will continuously moving, at a low speed, you know, to give centrifuge force, so the, you know, it will slow down. It's not making the barite or the bentonite. Hey, bentonite is light, okay. Only barite will settle down. So it just slow down the rate of the barite, you know, going down. So that means if we are running agitator, maybe every 2 days, 3 days, right? I just keep to run the recirculating line. That means I suck the mud from the bottom, recirculate it, going up and throw back, right? So like resetting all the, you know, all the chemical resetting. That means everything will be back to, you know, will float back lah. And then the agitator will slow down the thing to settle down. This is the use. And then next is a high and low level alarm. Of course, we need to make sure this kind of alarm is you know, is function. Because why? High level alarm must be function to prevent the tank when we are loading, right? If high level alarm is not function, you may overflow may happen. And then low level alarm. Why we need a low level alarm? Because when we discharge the cargo, when the low level alarm already audible, we can monitor our pump, you know. That means we can stop our pump. After the low level alarm comes, we can stop our pump after some time or the pressure drop. If you don't have a low level alarm, you may run your pump dry. That means you will spoil your pump. And the next one is you have to inspect the gauging pipe are free. We cannot totally depend on how the high level and low level alarm. So the gauging pipe have to be free. If this water tank or diesel oil tank, gauging pipe normally won't choke out, but it's a mud tank. Yes, this pipe always have mud inside. You have to pre it using the compressed air to clear off all the mud inside. And then the last one will be all pneumatic control valve are in sound condition. Yes, for all the cargo valve, for the cargo lines, for all the mud, even the dry bulk, right? On board the ship, we are using pneumatic control valve. Why? Because the space is very small, and then we need to, we need a remote control from the bridge for the operation. So, and the place also very hard for people to go inside. Then we have to all depend on the pneumatic control valve. We have to check the valve in good condition. And then finally, before when everything is, you are happy with the tank cleaning, with everything, all the equipment is okay already. Before you want to cross the manhole, you have to make sure that the manhole gasket is in good condition, or you have to replace it with a new one if it's worn out already. To avoid what? Avoid water, rainwater or seawater to go inside the tank, because all the OBM tank, the entrance, the manhole entrance is on the deck, and then our OSV, the freeboard is very shallow only. So seawater and rainwater can easily come in. Rainwater, of course, seawater can easily, come in on the deck. So if your gasket is leaking, then seawater may go inside the cargo tank to spoil the cargo. Okay, doctor, any question?
Any question from the floor? So if you compare to we call it OSV and the main line, for example, the commercial line, which one is more? Which one is easier to handle?
Easier to handle. Okay, commercial vessel, they have a very clear SOP. And then because all the vessel, they've been in this business for so long already, so everything is matured already, but like OSB, even the charterer side, the Petronas, especially Petronas side, right, they are very weak, especially on this thing. Even their mud engineer also, they don't know much about this. They are sitting on the drilling rig. They only know their job to mix the mud, all this thing. You must supply the thing. They don't know what is the problem happen on the ship. Yeah. That mean for OSV fleet the competency is not there. And then we don't have a proper training, proper training ground. This is the main problem with a lot of breakdown on the OSV side. I mean, it's a ridiculous breakdown.
Okay.
If we look at the OSV side, if like not our region, we say like Norwegian vessel or UK vessel, all those, they, or even a Singapore fleet, they have a very good management on that. But not our Malaysia or Vietnam, although this kind of I don't know what to say lah. We really have a lot of problem. I mean, right? Okay. Next one we talk about the other special tank is dry bulk tank. Dry bulk tank. Dry bulk tank, the cleaning is dry bulk tank. We hardly use the tank cleaning team but sometimes yes. Okay, dry bulk tank. What we should do? There is no agitator inside it, but it's a pressurized system. Okay. First, before commence on tank cleaning, first thing, when the ships coming back to the port, the remain product inside the dry bulk tank, which may be a cement, blended cement, barite or bentonite, which is the remain one, will be pumped back, delivered back to the supply base silo. Okay. Then next, after you do the delivery, everything, the pressurized, after you run over the job, the system still pressurized. Even though it's a 6 to 7 bar, but because of the volume there, it's very dangerous. So before proceed to tank cleaning, first you have to release the pressure. It took time to depressurize the tank for inspection, either for next inspection. And then after that, after you release the pressure already, which you can monitor from the pressure gauge, right? Then you open out the manhole. After open out the manhole, then you have to check how much unpumpable product is there. If a well-designed ships with a well-designed ship and system, right, there are hardly any unpumpable product. But with our region baser, our system is very bad So, and then maybe when during the operation, right, the system is not handled by competent person. So we may encounter a lot of unpumpable product, which may contribute to 5 to 10% of the tank volume. Normally, our tank will be smaller ship will be one tank 50 ton, big ship will be 90 ton to 100 ton per tank they can carry. So what we will do, if you saw so many unpumpable product inside there. Okay. First, safety checklist and meeting to be carried out before tank cleaning operation. And then next, what we'll do, if the unpumpable is a lot, tremendously a lot, you need the people, and it really consume time. You need to have the deck crew go inside the tank to gather all the unpumpable product at the center of the tank, under just below the suction of the tank. After they accumulate all the cargo there, they will come out, cross back the tank, and then you have to pressurize and rerun the whole system again. Pressurize, run everything, deliver again, deliver those remain unpumpable by using the compressor back to the supply base silo. After that, after deliver, you have to release the pressure, and then open back the tank, and then check the unpumpable. If the unpumpable still a lot, ship crew have to redo it. It may this kind of operation may easily go for days, But your luck is good. If the unpumpable is not much, maybe a couple hundreds of kilos, 300 or 500 kilos, okay. Ship crew can go inside and then use a gunny sack to load it the product, and then all the product have to bring up to the main deck and then give back to the supply base. Yeah. So this dry bulk tank cleaning is depend on the designer or the system. If the system is not good, then we really have a headache. Okay. Next, upon completion of the tank cleaning, what we have to do first, you have to make sure inform the charterer to check and take evidence before you put back the manhole. And then fixing back the manhole have to do in proper way to make sure the sealing O-ring is intact, or else when you are loading, you will have a problem. The whole ship will be messed up with this cargo, because of the leaking of this powder cargo. And then the last one, in everything is good manner, it's time to check the dry bulk cargo delivery and receive line. All the pneumatic valve had to be tested before and get ready for the next operation. And of course, you have to make sure your compressor and your dryer also working properly, or else you will be in big trouble. Yeah, that's it for the dry bulk tank cleaning procedure. Yeah, doctor, any question?
Finish already.
Yes.
Okay, anyone? Do you have anyone on the floor? Do you have any question?
Hi, Mr. Chai.
Yes.
Yes, Izian here. Okay, I think sebab during I ajar the students, at certain point tu dia ada yang manual cleaning. Because I did across your presentation tu tak ada yang manual sebab dalam syllabus tu dia ada cakap manual cleaning and then they use dia punya personnel lah to do the clean up, masuk ke dalam tank. And then what's the difference? Sebab ada juga yang pasal slope tank is yang automated kan?
You mean the OSV vessel or the major oil tanker, the conventional?
Sebab yang oil tanker dan juga ada yang chemical tanker, right?
Oil tanker and chemical tanker, yes. Personal is the last. I mean, they use is the tank is very big. They use automation cleaning. Personal
Okay.
all assist on the top there, on the top there to fix the tank cleaning machine, all this thing, okay. But again, after they do the cleaning, all this thing, personal have to conduct like sample. You kena ambil sampel, orang kena masuk, ambil
Okay.
sampel. Or else, some cleaning is after you clean the thing, right? You are not before prepare for next cargo or what, some defective thing inside the tank, personal have to go inside for like pump, maintenance of the pump rosak, or dia punya apa, fitting coil bocor ke, all this thing, and then they have to, bila ambil sampel pun have to, mean tank cleaning machine, dia boleh clean almost especially lah dia punya how lah yang tinggi tu semua cleaning, but bawah-bawah sana kan still have some residue, personal still have to go inside to
Okay,
do the
yang
job.
yang apa use a brush, racks and so on tu lah. Nozzle. That's what is at the end lah, maybe after ni kan.
For the commercial vessel, yes, at the end, because the tank is very big, berapa tingkat tau, so is kalau orang cleaning is not possible. But if a smaller tank like fuel oil tank, which is
so it depends on the size, is it?
yes, 3 to 5 meter height, right? This kind personal boleh reach. Kalau is big tank, takkan dalam nak pasang scaffolding, ataupun right? Okay, our personal have a limitation lah.
Okay.
For OSV, the tank cleaning team, yes, they have to go inside because the tank is around 6 to 7 meter lah, maximum lah. 6 to 7 meters still at the reach of human being lah. 6 to 7 meter tinggi, and then the space also not too big lah. Around how many? Maybe 50 to 100 meter cube around that lah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, doctor. Any other question?
So, I mean, the procedure was different between the chemical tanker and oil tanker. Is there any difference?
Chemical oil tanker, basically procedure almost similar, but oil tanker, crude oil tanker, dia punya product maintain, satu product saja. So the cleaning is not so thorough. I mean, I just pump out the residue, clean up, just make the thing clean on it. Tak payah terlalu bersih. But for chemical tanker, right, you may need to, one vessel may carry more than 10 product, different product. So of course the prefer is hari ini this tank carry product A. Kalau besok I ada product A, kalau I boleh load inside this tank is better lah. So they don't require to clean the tank. Cleaning tank, all tank cleaning require money and time, right, effort. So but sometimes tak boleh. So you have no choice. So you have to change of cargo, especially from a dirty cargo tank, yang cargo dia macam yang beratnya, yang dirty punya, pergi light cargo, then you have to do the tank cleaning, or else the cargo will spoil.
Okay, I get it. Apa lagi? What else? Students, maybe you wanna ask Mr. Chai. This is the time lah. Okay. Cuma dia punya yang water tu yang dia dah apa use for cleaning tu, normally dia discharge into the sea atau dia ada satu tank yang special untuk ni?
Commercial vessel,
Mm-hmm.
when doing tank cleaning, right? The tank cleaning like crude oil, they have a system called cow, no? Cow mean crude oil washing, mean what? Now, right, I want to wash the tank, right? Okay, it's a crude tank. So I using the heated crude oil, kasi spray dia, kasi bersih, bukan bersih sampai, there is no trace. Just thoroughly clean out. Those oil, still oil, they will, after cleaning, they still have to keep at the one of their tank lah. Let's say the slop tank lah for those crude, right? But if like chemical tanker or the rest, you are cleaning using the water, steam. All the steam after cleaning will be pumped using the what call the small pump. Apa nama tadi ada satu? The small pump. All will keep in the slop tank and then let it settle down before they will pump out using the ODME, oil discharge monitoring system, ODMS, something like that. Below 15 ppm, if the ship proceed at certain speed and then is in not special area lah. Yeah,
I get it.
the water will be discharged out lah.
Okay, so kalau dekat port tu to the reception facilities lah, maybe.
Port lah. Yeah.
Ke macam mana?
Cleaning normally they won't do it in the port, not allowed. And then
Okay.
reception facility will charge you a lot. Except
Mm.
OSV, yes, but water there is a rules say that you can discharge overboard using a special equipment with less than 15 ppm. If you just have to, the installation of the equipment is mandatory, so it's basically it's a free, right? It's free. So they will take the opportunity lah. That means when when the ships en route, they will do the job and then discharge. Again, if the ship arrive at the port, right, they go for the cargo tank inspection. If they fill the tank, you are not doing that, you fill the tank, they will ask your ship to sail out again, extra cost. You will sail out to outside lah, to some suitable area. Then you do the tank cleaning and then you pump out all those water before you coming in again. This will be extra cost. Port is not allowed to do this kind of thing. But OSV, yes, OSV, our mud tank cleaning are using chemical based oil. So all the chemical will be loaded back to the IBC tank. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I think memang comprehensive punya explanation lah from
Mr. Chai, another one question from audience. What is the common procedure? I think similar as Dr. Izia tanya tadi. What is the common procedures of tank cleaning for conventional ship?
Common procedure.
For conventional ship.
Follow the checklist, safety checklist. Follow the safety checklist. All same, because safety checklists are different vessel. They have a customized safety checklist. We just follow the safety checklist.
Okay.
Which mean safety checklist mean what? Confined space entry, checking all the oxygen content, the condition, right? All the this. This is the common procedure lah, which apply not only conventional ship offshore vessel also same. Yeah.
Okay, maybe the difference only the chemical that has been used, is it, untuk cleaning? Sebab just now you said that for oil cukup sekadar wash dengan air kan, and then rinse, is it?
Okay.
Tanker, we have to use special chemical atau special punya ni ke?
Macam ni. OSV kalau mud tank, OBN tank, mud if you are just carrying the brine, nothing, no need tank cleaning. If mud, you need a base oil to dilute it, which is a chemical lah, base oil. But if you are on a big vessel, which is a crude oil, they're using cow system, which means using the heated crude oil. Crude oil sendiri cleaning crude oil because the tank later also load crude oil. Only thing that they just do the cleaning using crude oil. For chemical tanker, we are not, of course, you are not carrying crude, right? You don't use cow system. You only use steam to remove necessary lah, like palm oil, right? Let's say you just carry palm oil or naphtha, and then this you have to use the steam to clean off the residue. And then some tank before you want to load, right? You want to make sure the passing rate of the tank what they do, like before we encounter lah. After you cleaning the tank, the tank with what with this what steam, there is the possibility of fill the tank still there, So what they do after cleaning the thing with the example is from naphtha lah. Naphtha is a kind of product lah. It's a petroleum product. You want to after you discharge it, you are loading the methanol lah, which you need a clean tank. So after we cleaning using the steam, next thing is they will get the methanol, some methanol to spray on the tank, to methanol is a good cleaning agent also. So to remove some of the water trace or some previous cargo punya thing, some previous cargo punya trace. So it's more easier to pass the tank. So they will spray it with a light methanol for that tank. I'm not sure is it this applicable for others, some others product lah. Let's say now I'm loading product A, right? After discharge of product A, of course there is a residue. No matter how I clean, also there is some trace of product A. So the next product coming is product B. So I will, after doing the proper cleaning, I will spray. I use some of the product B to spray the tank, clean the thing. This apply to methanol lah, So after that, clean it back. So that tank will be, like preload already with a product B before you load product B. We call it what? Call like a pilot cleaning. Yeah, doctor. Any
Okay.
other question?
So far, no more question. Dah tak ada dah.
So far,
is it because just
no question. Mungkin sebab I ada come across yang dia cakap pasal tank coating. Do you have any idea on that, Mr. Chai?
Okay, tank coating. Normally tank coating, there are certain tank they have a coating of epoxy coating. Yes, tak banyak. They will have a epoxy coating. Some chemical, especially product carrier lah, not crude product carrier. They have certain tank, maybe 26 tank. They maybe have 8 tank of specialized with epoxy coating. Epoxy is something like porcelain skid, right? Epoxy coating, special coating. This kind of coating, they are used to carry special type of cargo. And then I do read, I never came across. They do telling some like the stock tanker is a very, stock tanker, like one of the company. They are using stainless steel and stainless steel piping, right? For some of their tank, also for the certain type of cargo. So there are some cargo they have to use the tailor-made tank with a special coating, epoxy or stainless steel. Yes, doctor. Any question?
Okay, thank you. I think it's clear enough.
Yeah, Dr. Kasbi.
I don't have any question for me. I think the time is already 11:57. Is it is it any more question? Or we can wrap up here? But very interesting because I haven't crossed this kind of tank cleaning, especially on these subject or syllabus. But I noticed that previously, as I mentioned during our before our talk, because as mentioned by Dr. Izian, when I heard that during in my kampung, they said that they go for the manual to clean for a certain area of the tank, and then they need to go over there and then sort like to remove all the residual. This is the things that you mentioned just now. Then I keep up. I managed to understand on that. Because I thought
I don't think it's a cargo tank. I think so lah. Except they are going for dry dock lah or the major maintenance.
I think so.
Mr. Chai,
Because
dry dock and in-service punya apa process, because I tengok ada two during docking and also cleaning during services. Means that the services means the ship or the vessel is moving, or how is it? Macam mana?
Macam ni. Okay. Tank cleaning.
Sorry, yeah.
If we
because like this, Chai,
Yeah.
I heard that incident happened while they are doing that. Some of them died because of the what you call it. I heard during those days. I
Okay,
don't
you
know
know
right
why?
now if it still happen or not, but during those days back, the 25 years back,
Yeah.
some sort 30 years
Okay,
back, like
betul.
that.
Okay, you see, why? I presume it's a different type of tank cleaning. Why, you know? Okay, I see. If when we talk about the proper tank cleaning lah, is what is the main cargo, no? Main cargo. That means after you carry this cargo, right? Then you will load the next cargo. This cargo tank cleaning. Cargo tank cleaning, ship are doing quite routine, like tanker, every 2 months, maybe 1 month or 2 months, they have to perform the tank cleaning, you know. Then you have same set of crew. That means the same chief officer, the same captain, or maybe you back to back, right? All are competent people, and then it's performed by ship people. This kind of tank cleaning, right? Okay, is like, it's not like that. Doctor cakap lah. It's not like because the tank is big. Not like personally you go inside, do this, do that. Accident do happen, but very minor lah, kurang lah, because all is follow procedure and then all are using machine. People just go inside for some occasional rectified problem or what, This kind of proper tank cleaning. The other tank cleaning yang orang mati is what, Like ship want to go for dry dock, ship want to carry out repair, all these things, right? Okay. This kind of thing, they don't use the ship crew, no, kalau boleh lah. They don't use the ship crew to do the cleaning. They maybe just hire some bangla lah, some whatever thing people, right, to do the cleaning. Some painting also doing so, They will go for the cheap country, right? Company want to cut costs or superintendent want to song up the money. Company give allocation 10,000. They hire the people for 5,000. So they will go for this hanky-panky. And then during this time when people are performing this kind of tank cleaning, why? People, the guy who engaged is lowly paid. They are not competent. It's not a tank cleaning team, like the offshore one. They are lowly paid one. And then the tank they are cleaning is not the cargo tank, which every 2 months or one month you will do the routine cleaning. No. What the tank they engage is like the fuel oil tank, the sewage tank, the ballast tank, which is hardly people do cleaning. Only maybe every 2 years, 3 years. So the guy is not competent, and then the tank cleaning also doing that is not routine, and then the equipment they have also they are not doing proper procedure. So accident happen. This is what happened. They are hardly doing it. It's not routine, not routine one.
Yeah. I understand right now. Just now
Because
I
all
just
one cheap,
understand.
they don't even have the meter to monitor this. Main blasta saja, right.
It's about safety lah sebenarnya kan.
Save money, no safety lah. We
They
talk about it.
didn't take into account all the precaution semua tu lah. So normally to do the cleaning process ni is the third party. Is it atau the ship the ship owner tu sendiri?
they want to look because ship personnel sometimes doing this thing. Ship personnel when you do maintenance, ship personnel is very busy with other thing already. So they will hire those ship labor lah. Like last time when I think 7-8 years back when I doing bunkering at Singapore, right? Singapore side the bunker bus should give us the clean diesel oil, and now they supply us with a dirty diesel oil. So we observe it as the testing cock there at the manifold there. So I stopped the bunkering operation. And then after the dispute all this thing, and now okay, we abandon the bunkering, then the ship going inside the port at the Pasir Gudang. So their company have to bear the cost lah. They hire the cheap Bangladesh guy lah, or India, or I don't know, it's Bangladesh lah, or those cheap labor to come to the vessel, open out the manhole and remove the dirty oil manually and do the cleaning, you know. Those people is not the professional tank cleaning team which come with the proper, you know, protective suit, right? Full set of IBC, all these things with the equipment. No, those guys Bangla just wear a slipper, tak pakai baju, pakai seluar lah. They coming in, pakai baudi, then take all the, you know, to remove all the contaminated diesel oil happening in Pasir Gudang because they want cheap
So the authority don't do the monitoring atau tank cleaning ni tak ada regulation atau any standard, so just tu macam mana?
Not everything not everything is under our authority punya kuasa, right?
Okay.
And then this bukan semua tank cleaning thing is not parts of it.
Sebab dia macam normal operation je kan, just unload cargo, you clean, and then you load another cargo, you apa macam tu je lah kot kan, sebab because it's kind of macam normal operation of the ship, is it?
Correct. Macam ship supposed to be done by ship personnel, right? But now they are asking for the third party, so authority pun tak involved lah. And sometimes also we talk about safety in our region, also authority pun bukan yang tahu, and some the tutup mata saja. Kan? You go and complain to them, they also cannot do anything.
At own risk lah, unless accident happen then only dia come over kot.
Not really. Incident happen in West Malaysia, okay. It happened in Sabah, Sarawak, it's nothing. Like the last year, the Dayang Topaz, how can a boat just sink like that? Right, just go and hit the. They want also cross case. Authority don't dare to tanya apa-apa. Right. All is because of involvement or the politician lah.
Macam in your experience, from your experience, macam let's say they don't do a proper cleaning, ada possibility for the contamination tak untuk occur? Means kalau ada different cargo, okay.
This one quite subjective, you know why? If product tanker and crude tanker, yes, they have a proper procedure. Normally, cargo spoil, they will raise the issue lah. But for offshore, very subjective, you know. It depend on the mud engineer lah, depend on the Petronas. Dia orang tak seragam. Sometimes even contamination also, dia tutup mata. Okay. Sometimes they become very strict. Dia cakap tak boleh. I must be the cargo have to be as clean as that, as clear as the crystal. But yet we are asking why the previous mine engineer, previous trip, we are deliver this cargo with this minor contamination also allowed. So susah. They don't have a proper guideline, you know. When we ask, hey, even like the current the OSV cleaning guideline also, this one is through my own experience I come out, you know. Even we ask the Petronas also, they don't have this kind of guideline. They don't know what is happening on board the ships. Petronas, itu dia.
Okay, that's very subjective. It depends on the individual yang in charge, right?